Good morning everyone. Good morning in the YouTube world, in the YouTube community. Today I want to talk about doing time with Asian gangs and islander gangs. You feel me? Like Samoans, Micronesians, Hawaiians, basically any Polynesian islander, Filipinos too. Yeah, man, so today we have a good one. You call me right here, Workflow, getting his money. See what time it is with me, man. I just want to reflect my personal opinion on you guys. I had a lot of good times in jail with some Asian cats, man. Not that jail is a good thing, but you got to make the best of it, you feel me? So we got a good one, man. Tap in, man. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, man. We got a good one. Go ahead and like. And I appreciate you guys for us, though, facts, man, from the bottom of my heart, for even tapping in with me at all. So this ain't no clickbait. This ain't none of this. It's a real video talking about my experience doing time with Asian gangs and islander gangs. You feel me? Tap in, baby. Just a little something slight. And I'm gonna bring you guys along with me today during my work. I'm not gonna give you personal details and shit. I ain't trying to have nobody snitch on me. I ain't gonna like give you the address and location and my manager's number and shit. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm here to pick up a load at 8 o'clock in the morning. Before anything, what sets me apart from a lot of other YouTube channels is I don't gangbang, and I'm open about that. You know, I'm not one of these YouTube channels, like I always say, and I can't stress this fact enough. I'm not trying to brainwash anybody, make people think that it's just okay or anything like that. You feel me? I'm not trying to influence nobody into going to jail or thinking this shit is cool. That's not the type of person I am. That's not my character. And the reason why I say you guys get this shit from another perspective, because I don't gangbang. So you get another side of a story and an experience of someone who's been in the pen, if that makes sense. You know, I'm trying to explain it the best I can to where it makes sense to you guys. So, yeah, man, so doing time with Asian cats in California and islanders. And when I say islanders, I don't mean only just Samoans and shit like that. Filipinos are islanders. I know they get mistaken for Asians and shit like that. Shout out to all my fathers. Shout out to everybody, man. I've been that type of person when I was in jail. I was cool with everybody. You feel me? I was cool with everybody. Even on the streets. Before I even got locked up, I always was a diverse person. I was versatile. I got along with everybody. I had different groups of friends here and there in school. A lot of Asians, a lot of blacks, a lot of white boys. And the reason why I bring that up is to say this: that shit followed me. You know, that was part of my character. So when I went into prison, me being involved with different social groups, different nationalities and races, and religions too. Don't get me wrong, religions too. You know, you have Muslims and Buddhists, and it goes on and on and on. But I'm not here to talk about religion. I'm here to talk about prison gangs in the state of California. You know, and the reason why I bring up me growing up with Asians and different races on the streets, because me being in jail, I was able to relate to those type of people and associate and create bonds, man, and friendships. You feel me? My first experience with an Asian was when I was in CDC in the county jail in San Bernardino. It was my boy named Kool-Aid. He was from OLB, Oriental Lazy Boy Bloods, out there in the Inland Empire, San Bernardino, Loma Linda area. He was from OLB, Cambodian cat named Kool-Aid. I was my boy, man. We was in the county jail with each other. We was thugging it out. And the reason why we spoke, because he was a nigga to me, you guys. He was a nigga. He wasn't like a typical Asian where he was fresh off the boat. You feel me? And that's no disrespect. So I know you guys take that word as disrespect. The acronym or the abbreviation, I'm not gonna say it, but man, much love to all my Asian cats. For real though, fact. That's a fact. You know, you guys might recognize me in here because I did a lot of time. So if I see any of the Asian homies in the comments, what's handy, man? Let me know. Leave me a comment if you recognize me, bruh. So doing time with Asian cats, man. It was cool. Kool-Aid. Me and Kool-Aid, that was my boy, man. We was from the same area. We knew some of the same people, because when I first went into county jail in 06, 05 or 06, one of the two, when I was 18, first time ever getting locked up. I never been to juvenile hall, none of that shit. Juvie or none of that shit. Excuse my stuttering. So I get there, we cool, we know the same people, and that's my boy right there, right? So he catches the chain. He gets like 2.5, so he goes up there to Tehachapi me back in 06, before it was SNY. That was San Bernardino County Reception. So I was kind of like, you know, when you in jail, we were in B South and CDC. It was a 10-man tank. You feel me? You got Southsiders, you don't have Northerners, you have Faisas and white boys, then you have blacks And the little bit of others we do have in San Bernardino County, we don't have much. So it's mainly blacks and a couple Asians here and there, Samoans here and there, Islanders here and there. You know what I'm saying? But the majority is just blacks, ain't no Northerners. So it was just him at the time. He was the only Asian in our whole module. So obviously upstate in the pen, you know, it's black and Asian. You know, now they kind of branched off and they do their own thing. That's a whole nother video. That's not up to me. You know, I'm gonna if I get the okay from one of these other big homie Asians, then it's okay. Yeah, you know, I'll do it. But that's not my story to explain. That's not my business, I'm gonna say, to explain why Asians branched off. Now they're their own car. You feel me? A lot of people mistake them, oh, they run with blacks. Nope, that's not the case. You know, that's like they say Norteños run with blacks. Nope, that's not the case. We associate with each other. Oh, that sounded ugly. That sounded horrible. We associate with each other, but we don't run with each other. We're not the same thing. You feel me? So my boy Kool-Aid leaves. He goes upstate. I end up catching the chain a month or two later. I get up there. He's in Tehachapi reception. We in the 5 building. 5. You go to the 5 building. You get classified, and then you go to building 1, 2, 3, or 4, or the gym before you hit a main line. You feel me? So I see him up there. He gets classified. He's leaving that same day I get there. He's leaving out of building 5, going to like the gym. Yeah, he goes to the gym. Oh, my mama, he goes to the gym. So I'm like, all right, bro, man, I'm trying to get over there, man. At that point, it was my first time ever being in the pen. And I was there for assault with a deadly weapon, and I violated my felony probation. So by me violating my felony probation with the assault with a deadly weapon, I had to go do damn near 2 years, my first time in jail. So I already know I'm a level 1, you know, so I get up there. I leave the 5 building, which is classification. They ended up shooting me to the gym. Bam, I landed in the gym, and I ended up landing right next to my boy Kool-Aid. You know, and at that time, we close as a motherfucker. Now that we're upstate in Tehachapi, there's more Asians because you got other Asians that trickle in from like other counties like LA, San Diego. So now there's more Asians at Tehachapi. Tehachapi's mainly our reception. That's where we go to. Like 90% of San Bernardino County goes to Tehachapi. Every now and then you have a bus go from like West Valley to like a LA County reception to Delano or some or Wasco. Every now and then, or you might have a bus going from West Valley maybe to Donovan, San Diego reception. But that's rare. That's when, you know, they need bodies. They make money off of moving bodies in that bus. That's a whole nother video too. So I get up there, man, me and my boy functioning. We road dogs. There's a whole bunch of Asians up there with him. So now he's with his people. He's with his car. He's chilling. I'm thugging. That's my boy. I'm black, so I can associate with him. It's not like I gotta let him be. So we walking last week, thugging in. We get real close, and I meet all the other Asian cats on that yard, man. It just, man, we was boys. Blood couldn't make us any closer. If someone fucked with my boy Kool-Aid from Oriental Lazy Boy Bloods, I would have smashed him. He would have did the same thing for me. You feel me? So that was my first experience with Asians. And then I ended up going to Chino. My boy Lou, L.U., Chinese cat from Huaching, straight killer. But he didn't look like a killer. He was quiet. He had glasses, no tattoos. Like, tall. He was skinny with clothes on, but when he took his shirt off, like on the yard, which he did rarely, he was buff. He was cut. He had a fucking Bruce Lee body. Lou from Huaching, that was my boy. He had money. His family had money. They had like businesses out there in the streets, you know, like real legit businesses. You might be asking me, well, why is a Chinese cat with money in the pen? Money laundering, baby. That's all I gotta say, homie. Shit happens. You feel me? Shit happens. You know. But what do you gotta do to get those businesses? You know, that's like the drug game. You gotta know when to quit. You know, so it might be dirty money. Who knows? That's not my business to explain. But who knows what he was in there for? I didn't know, but the others checked paperwork, so he was good. That was my boy, man, Lou from Huaching, man. So we're in Chino. First time ever going to the pen except for the Chino 1 yard. And that's how I got close with a lot of Asian cats. I got familiar with a lot of Filipinos, which are not Asians, they're Islanders. Like my boy Hex. Shout out Hex. Let me know if you know Hex from Santana, San Diego. My boy Hex. Kind of looks Mexican, but he's 100% Filipino. Man, that was my boy right there. So when you get to Chino on the 1 yard, you go to, I think it's Cedar Hall, and that's another classification. You're there for a month before you're able to go to any other building. Now, Chino was a main line. Chino is not receptions, for those of you who don't know. It's a main line. It is not reception. So when you get to Cedar Hall with bitch ass Miss Harris, now she ain't a bitch, man, my bad. She's cool as fuck, but she yells a lot. That was the only bitchy part about that woman. She'll start yelling early in the morning, chow time, and it'll be like 40 minutes till chow time, till breakfast, and she's up in the morning, up and down them hallways, yelling and shit like she's crazy. That was the only bitchy part about Miss Harris. Other than that, Miss Harris was cool. I heard she was from San Bernardino. I heard she was a gangbanger, but she was a correctional officer. You know, so shout out Miss Harris, man. Those of you that were in Chino during those days, early 2000s, shout out, man. Shout out Miss Harris, man. Shout out you guys. Let me know if you know Miss Harris. Everybody knows her. She was one of them COs where you gave her respect, period. You know what I'm saying? Because she had homies on the yard. She had niggas from San Bernardino right there in the yard. CO or not, them niggas will touch you. That's just the job. To most people, the COs and shit, like being a correction officer is just a job. But I don't want to venture off course because I have a tendency of doing that. So let me get back on the story, you guys. Yeah, doing time with Asians and Samoan. Man, my boy Riggs, speaking of Samoans, my boy Riggs, he was from Scott Park. Shout out my boy Riggs from Scott Park, man. If you Samoan and you watching this, let me know if you know anybody from Scott Park. Ask him about Riggs. He was a youngster, long hair. My boy Sammy too from Scott Park. No, I'm sorry. I got it confused. I'm not gonna say all Samoans look alike, but they all have long hair. Sammy and Riggs both had long hair. They kind of look like brothers, but Sammy was from Long Beach. I forgot what part of Long Beach he was. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Shorty from Skyline, Filipino. Shout out my boy Shorty from Skyline, man, from San Diego. My boy Hex was from San Diego, Santanas. My boy Mal was from San Diego. Man, I had a lot of experience with Asian gangs, man. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because there's so much Asian and Samoan gangs. My boy Michi from 29th Street Crips, Sacramento. He was tonguing, big ass tonguing. He did some of my tattoos. He did that right there in Susanville. So I can go all day about the video. I don't want to make like a fucking 30-minute video. So I'm gonna do a part 2 for sure. Part 2, I'm gonna talk about up north Islanders and Asians and Filipinos. That's gonna be a good one. Because that was my first time ever experiencing dealing with anyone up north. And those others, y'all, I rock with those others, man. Those others I fuck with. I fuck with all others. That's a fact. Shout out all my Islanders, all my Asians, anybody from Asian Boyz. Oh, god damn. One of my Sallys, he was a youngster. He went by his real name, by his government name. He didn't have an actual nickname, an AKA, an alias, a hood name. He went by his government name, like Kendrick Lamar. You feel me? He was from Northside Cash, Long Beach. Northside crazy ass Samoan family, big ass family. And the reason why I know him, because he caught a big ass case in Victorville, and I heard about the case and I seen it all in the newspaper and the news and shit. You know, his big cousin got like 96 years. He got 19. He had 2 years time served. I seen him up there in upstate, my first term. He was my age. He was a youngster. I met him through Kool-Aid. That's another story, man, but I ain't gonna make a video about it, but that's another story. Yeah, he was cool, man. So shout out anybody from them. I heard a lot about them. They some reputables. Long Beach, LB, City by the Sea, City of Crips. Yeah, man, shout out anybody from over there, SOS. I got a lot of homies from SOS that I met upstate, which are cool dudes, man. Like, I could go all day, but right now I'm talking about my experience with the Southern California Asian gangs. I'm gonna do a part 2 with Northern Asian and Samoan gangs. Yeah, so a lot of the prison time I did it around Asian cats, you know? I mean, when we go to the pen, we're taken out of our environments, out of our neighborhoods, out of our cities, out of our comfort zones, and we're put into these fucking warehouses of men, which, by the way, the big fucking warehouses, they make money off of us. If you didn't know that by now, those of you who haven't been to the pen, those of you that are convicts know what time it is. It's just a fucking big business. But they take all these people, doesn't matter what race you are, all races can get locked up. If you don't know that by now. And they blend you. They blend you in this fucking big old warehouses with fucking yards, restrooms outside and showers. Just the big old warehouses. You feel me? With bunks and cells. That's all that is. And a fucking bunch of overpaid, lazy, fat ass COs. I'm not talking shit about COs. There's some COs that are cool. Some cool COs that really care about us, man. They treat us like humans. And those are the type of COs I show respect to, period. For those of you that are dickheads and the little bitches and assholes, fuck you. For real though, facts. Facts. I'm not talking shit bad about all COs. Let me just get that straight right now. From a real convict, for someone who's been doing time, a lot of time in the pen, I got almost 10 years altogether. And I'm only 33. I'm not like 40, 50, or 60. I did almost 10 years, and not all COs are assholes. That's a fact. I know some COs watch these videos, and shout out all the good ones, man. Probably cops too. You know, who knows? People in law enforcement are obviously probably into this shit too, because they're the ones who lock us up. Cops, they lock us up and take us off the streets. So, shout out the cop that locked me up. I was fucking up. Can't blame nobody but myself. Anyways, back to the story. Yeah, man, so I obviously ran with the blacks, but, you know, like in the pen upstate in California, it's the big six, which is 3 and 3. Let me explain the big six. You got white boys, Southern California Mexicans, blacks, Northern California Mexicans, others, and paisas, if I had a 6 finger. That's the big six. And it's divided by 3. You got Southern California Southsiders, you got the white boys, which is white boys from up north and down south, any white boy period, and the paisas. So you got the whites, sureños, and the paisas. And then you got the blacks. It doesn't matter if you're from up north or down south. You got the blacks, you got the northerners, and you got the others. That's 3. It doesn't matter if you're another from up north or down south. Other is other. So if you're other, you get locked up. If you're from, let's say you're from fucking Long Beach, right? You're a Samoan from Long Beach. It's your first time going to jail. You're not sure. If you get locked up with another Samoan from, let's say, San Francisco, right? You guys program with each other. Most others leave gang shit on the streets and they come and it's a family. You feel me? So that's the big six, and it's divided by, you know, 2, 3 and 3 on each side, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna go back and finish this load. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I made it quick. I wanted to basically, man, show my love and respect to all Asians and Islanders and Samoans. Utmost respect. I wanted to tip my hat to you guys for showing me love, for giving me advice, for feeding me when I was hungry, for just being cool people to me. I had no bad blood between me and any others in the pen whatsoever. Nothing ever had no discrepancies or nothing. You feel me? It's been all love. And I want to end this video on that positive note. Shout out all my others. Much love. Pares, that means Filipino brother. Usos, that means Samoan brother. Be safe. Come home soon. Do as much programs as you can do. It's coming from my heart though, mi corazón. Try to rehabilitate yourself as much as possible. Even if you don't have a date, be positive, man. Be positive about that shit. Shit happens. Believe in the power of God. And if you're on the streets, stay your ass out of jail, man. Real quick, guys, I just do want to state that these videos are all based on my personal opinion. I will never down talk anybody. I will never disrespect anybody on my YouTube channel at all. I will never start any bullshit. I'm just not that type of person. You feel me? These are just my experiences, my stories, and I'll never 6ix9ine any organization or none of that. And it's not me being scary or nothing like that. It's just different type of shit. I know you guys are used to motherfuckers being hard. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Woo, woo. I'm not that type of person, you guys. I'm respectful, you know? I'm honorable. That's it. You know, I made a lot of dumb choices in life. I'm not the best person. I still make mistakes. Sometimes I catch myself saying, doing dumb shit, thinking dumb shit, you know, but I'm a human being. You feel me? I just grow from it, learn it, and share it. Tap in. Subscribe, baby. For real though, facts, man.